Imagine never truly retiring, not because you want to, but because societal shifts and technological leaps makes it essential. We are not just predicting the future on this Controverse episode, we are exploring why working indefinitely might become the default of our generation, and what that also means for your life, your purpose, and your finances. So dive right in as we discuss the topic, Reimagining Retirement. Is working forever the new societal norm?
Yeah, so we're back again. We're back.
This is when you do like wolf like this.
Like
I hope we are safe.
we're getting closer to that period. You're going to say
Spider-Man
black wolf.
got bit by a spider.
You are always bringing guys. Yeah, so I'm going to give you a preamble to this like situation. So there was this particular time when we did this stuff on our former podcast, the Campus Mic, and we had this situation whereby we played a certain game. So the game was, you have like two
mafia
and everything. You've got to see this guy,
Bro,
Detective Oshi.
You've got to see this guy. This guy is a perpetual liar. Like, bro.
You can't say I'm a perpetual liar. I only acted my script well enough. So I was a mafia, and he was just a citizen.
So you acted your script well enough, which means you lied well enough.
If you think about it, no. Yeah, so we are back again. We're back again. It's Dr. Strange, the king of sad love, as he called himself in the last episode, and Promiscuous. Sorry, Prometheus. Promiscuous. Today we'll be discussing something which is quite interesting because I had not really thought about it, but the thought just came randomly, and it's about retirement, specifically for we the young generation, Gen Zs who are growing up into now going into the workforce and then looking at retirement in the future. And it's about to reimagine retirement. Is working forever now retirement? So yes, let me throw the questions out first to...
What will be the question? Is working forever now retirement?
Yes. Okay, let me give us... because I see that your brain is not picking it up.
No, it's not about... It's not about my brain not picking it up. The definition for retirement, Merriam-Webster, Oxford, Longman, anything is that a point where you don't work again.
Okay.
So now you're asking, is working forever now retirement?
Okay.
So that means you're just saying, asking, is this retirement or not?
Okay, let me explain to you in a way like you understand. Like ChatGPT will do to a 5-year-old child.
No problem.
Now let's take a look at
If I would
democracy.
never reach ChatGPT.
Calm down.
Bro, let's continue.
So let's look at democracy now. If you look at human history, you've seen over time, there's first been the family unit of government, and then it's kept on going like that. You had monarchy at some point, you had aristocracy at some point, which was quite dominant, and then you got to democracy. So the question I'm asking now is similar to this. Is democracy the final form of human governance? So now I'm not asking it as retirement. So normally retirement is you shouldn't get work again, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the scope of retirement.
Okay.
But is the idea now changing into the fact that for you, retirement is no longer by age, but rather by skill, which means you could still be in the workforce,
but not in that workforce.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. You get like a 5-year-old now.
Okay. I can say I get it, but I can't say the same for him. But let's continue.
Yeah, we know he's not really that guy.
No, he's not that guy. He's not him.
You're laughing. You're not going to be laughing when it's Friday.
Well, I'm going to ignore this too.
Okay.
Yeah.
For the moment.
So let's continue.
That's what foolish people to do.
They ignore.
Like, they leave smart people to keep up.
Yeah, you're right.
When they can't keep up anymore.
Yeah. So yeah.
So yeah. Actually, yes. I'll use ladies as not ladies. Sorry, women as an example, practical example. You see most of them in teaching profession. My mom is in teaching profession. She has gone for retirement, so for various retirements. So you see them even before their retirement, they're already planning on getting a shop that they want to sell things in.
Okay.
So yeah, the skill set as teachers at one point, government say then they're like, I can't just sit down at home. Women are like that, they can't just sit down at home.
Exactly.
Let me just do something. So they say they are selling provisions. Provisions is the most common thing.
Rampant.
Yeah, very, very rampant. So yeah, they sell provisions, or maybe they are doing one hairdressing, or they just open one particular shop. That's just what they do. So I feel like the thing is just about, I can't sit down for too long. Even after retirement, I need to do something to keep the family running or to keep things running.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what I feel. So I think
Yes. What do you think, Farouk?
My take on it is this. We are getting into the age of AI, like more
Okay.
tech related
Yes.
stuff.
Yes.
So as opposed to our parents' time, whereby they do most of their work physically, it requires your physical presence in
Yes.
an office, wherever you work. So now you can basically sit down with, let's say, your gadgets, laptop, smartphone, whatever,
Exactly.
and do some tasks. So that's why we have freelance jobs. We have remote jobs whereby you are in your room. Let's say we have prompt engineering, for example.
Exactly.
So a 60-year-old man by that time should be able to comfortably do his prompt engineering from the comfort of his home without necessarily having too
I
much
love the
stress.
term that you used in
Yeah.
terms of age, 60-year-old man.
Yeah.
And
And then I feel one of the main purpose of retirement is the fact that we recognize that the human body has limits. So at a certain age, you won't be comfortable moving around to an office, to a workplace or
doing
whatever.
those
Yeah. And then there is also one downside to what I mentioned,
Okay.
like the example of a 60-year-old
60-year-old
man
man.
using gadgets. We humans, like, we tend to deteriorate with time. So eventually, even the brain gets less creative. So something like that. So I feel fine. We might be able to extend the retirement time, man, depending on the job that person is doing. But I don't think we can completely ignore retirement.
Ignore retirement.
Yeah.
Okay. You did say a lot of sensible stuffs, reasonable stuffs, and I'm shocked.
Very
Shocked,
shocking.
like-
I wanted to say shocking. but yeah.
As this guy started complimenting me, I knew there was going to be something.
So concerning
There
the
must be something, no?
60-year-old man, if you look at your own savings right now, it's a funny question, but if you look at your savings right now, do you really believe you can stop working at 60?
Savings.
yours too.
I don't have savings. What do you mean by savings? What are you right now? Savings care. Oh, yeah.
Oh, you want me to answer?
My God.
Oh, you want me to answer? Well,
So I think we can just accept there's no savings anymore.
savings.
So
Okay.
what PanPay built? What are you using what PanPay built for?
Okay, Pape, sorry.
What the pump bill?
I
Loan
don't
up,
know, like,
loan up, Abi.
well, cash. Don't pay.
I think every day is not a rainy day. So they say for the rainy day.
I save this night. I spend it tomorrow
So
morning.
I say this time I wake up praying on the floor.
I've been not before.
Yeah. So let's now narrow the conversation down to freelancing in a particular form. You understand what to talk about gigs, right? So you get a gig and then you work. Do you think
Like 5 gig, 10 gig.
gig guy could do be today done? Gig guy could do be today done? Sorry for those who are not Yoruba. But the gig economy, do you think is actually robbing us of job security while like telling us that it's actually about being flexible? You could try multiple jobs, earn more money. Do you think it's actually robbing us of job security? Let me give you an example, a scenario of what I'm saying. Is if you're working right now an office, a 9 to 5 job, and then you have the opportunity to earn, let's say, 1.5 million naira per month, or you get an opportunity abroad, a remote work, whereby you can earn $2,000 per let's say per week, or no, not even per week, let's say per month too. You earn $2,000 per month, but one of them doesn't promise job security, which is the one that it's remote. So at one particular point, they can decide to lay off, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that? Do you think that gig economy is actually robbing us of job security, while telling us that it's actually about being flexible?
One thing I would say is, I feel there is a lot of upside and downside.
Okay.
Like for the remote jobs now, you get paid more, but you don't have job security. For the
Okay.
normal job we are familiar with, the office work,
Yes.
look other job as they call it, there's job security, but you get paid significantly. In fact, the 1.5 million you mentioned, like, it's quite an exaggeration. Let's say you are getting paid 100,000, 200,000. Yeah. So someone doing that exact job, same job you are doing, but in a remote setting,
Setting,
we
okay.
end like the person might get paid 10 times or over 10 times what you are getting paid. So the person gets paid more, but doesn't have the job security you have. So I feel it's I don't want to say it's balanced, but I'm feeling there is advantages and disadvantages to both.
To both sides.
Yeah,
Okay,
to
yeah.
both sides.
It's like this movie. This series I just finished. I finished 6 seasons in 2 days. By the way, Cobra Kai.
No wonder you don't have a job.
So yeah, there are two guys, Larusso and Lawrence. Two different types.
Larusso
of
is the rich one, right?
Larusso is the rich one.
Okay, I
yes.
think I
two
watched
different
it
types
too.
of karate: Miyagi-Do and Cobra Kai. So Miyagi-Do focuses on defense, while Cobra Kai focuses on offense.
Man,
So
Nepa.
at one point, both of them had to come together to find the balance. To say, okay,
Okay.
yes, I think we have to come together to win tournament. So that's the same thing I feel like with the old job security stuff. So
Yes.
both of them don't really have the security. It's just one has more than the other.
Because of the physical interaction.
Because physical interaction.
Okay,
So you can
okay.
remote jobs. I can get a remote job. I will get paid more, like you said. Obviously, remote jobs get paid more than normal jobs. But it doesn't mean you can't get sacked or laid off at your physical works or physical jobs.
You are, in fact, you are more likely.
You're more exactly to get laid off.
From
Remote-
the physical.
No.
No,
Okay.
from remote, you're more likely to get laid off at your remote jobs.
Yes.
But physical jobs too, you can get laid off or sacked at any point in time.
That's true.
So both of them have security, but one just has more than the other. But remote jobs, all of us here, if you have the chance to pick between remote jobs and physical jobs, which one would you go for?
Obviously, everyone is going to go for a remote job, but
No,
then it
not
depends.
everyone.
Also,
Not
Not
everyone.
everyone.
Yeah.
It
And
depends.
it depends.
It depends.
It
Actually,
depends.
yeah. But with our skill set,
Yes. I would stick with going for a remote job. One, because I've seen what it has done in the lives of certain people, whereby I'm not saying the work is less, but you know, there's like there's the energy to
you
still
are
ball.
more valued.
Yeah,
And then there's
exactly.
this value they have of you.
Yeah.
So there's still time to ball. You understand? After you make the money, there's
So
still
you
the
are not
energy.
grounded at work
Exactly.
from
So
morning
and,
to evening.
and it's like you know, let's say you work 2, 3, let's say 5 hours per day. Now you're done with the 5-hour walk, and then you can just leave your system
Exactly.
and then go out.
And-
You know, you still have that burst of energy a bit
Nah.
to do things. So that's why I would stick with a remote job, and $2,000.
Regardless
Give me
of
dopamine,
whether or
give me
not you
dopamine.
are, regardless of whether or not you are done with your work for the day,
Yes.
if you have a physical job, you have to be in the office. I think there's this rule. I don't know if it's a general rule or just an unspoken rule
Yes.
that you don't leave the office before your boss. So,
your boss can call on you
so
anytime.
with a remote job, once let's say the job should take you 5 hours and you are so skilled that you completed that job within 1 hour, no one is stopping you from leaving
exactly.
your system or your gadgets to go do something else.
Yes.
In fact, you can keep multiple remote jobs.
Yes.
Yes,
But
you can't
you can't have that. Yeah, you can't have that
physical
in
jobs. So I mean,
Well, you can
what do
you can
mean?
actually,
What
but
do you
then
now.
you have to have a
It's
bit
just
of
when I'm
Imagine-
Doctor Strange,
you have to have a bit
Different
of
motivations.
that's the
when I'm Doctor Strange, like
Imagine you have a physical job in Lagos. where
yeah, and then you have an hour and
you finish by 7 p.m., 8 p.m.
I'm going to tell
and
you
you have
guys
to
a
spend
joke.
3 hours in the traffic going back home.
So let me tell you guys a joke. Let me tell you guys a joke. There was this situation with Superman. A boy, Superman, I think Lois and a boy, right? They were at this particular place, and then the boy mistakenly fell from the top into like maybe this was the waterfall, and Superman appeared out of nowhere. So the guy was with them. They didn't see the guy anymore. So Superman flew, brought the guy back. Hey, Superman. Superman leaves, and then the guy comes back. So Lois now is like, you left, and then the boy is
Superman
back.
came.
You are Superman, right? And everything. And the guy's like, I'm not Superman. So the next day, they go to office. Lois says, you must
I
prove to
think
me that
I
you are
want
Superman. And then Lois jumps out the
From the
window,
window.
expecting. this guy is like,
What the fuck?
what am I going to do? Because he is Superman.
Oh my god. Oh,
So, like,
Jesus.
that was like, sorry, we had to digress. there, but
Coincidence.
I just remember that.
Another coincidence.
Like, you just donated your
she
life.
just die, Fuck.
I don't even know if she
No,
died.
she didn't die.
She landed
Actually,
on
I watched the
Yes.
what happened was he's actually Superman.
Superman, I
he
know,
quickly
yeah.
went down
Yes.
did some unsuspecting thing to
put
save her, and then
this
quickly went back to
he
the
put this
window.
fruit stuff and
Then quickly went back
Yeah.
to the window and was staring at her like, what the fuck did you
you
just
just
do?
do like yeah. So I would like us to wrap up with this question, and it's more of like a conspiracy theory. It's about artificial intelligence. So now, if artificial intelligence can replace jobs faster than we can save, then is the idea actually about artificial intelligence replacing jobs, or a way to convince us so that we can work more years? I'm just like, thinking out of the box. It doesn't mean that the situation is happening.
Yeah. I feel whenever I see people saying things like AI is going to take your jobs,
Yeah.
fine, there are some jobs that AI can completely take over.
Yes.
But then there are some things humans can do that, like, I don't see AI doing those things in the next like decade.
Make AI call me Koilemi.
Like,
No, yeah,
so like there are some jobs
Only
that,
in
fact, there are-
but pastor.
aside that there are some jobs you do that even requires AI, but like,
Yes.
it requires a human using that AI.
Yeah.
Deeper understanding.
Yeah,
actually, yes.
Okay.
it requires
That's
a
why
deeper,
there's
like,
prompt engineering.
exactly.
Well, what I would
So-
say is, I think it depends actually for what you are saying.
Yeah, it really
if you
depends.
do, we're having a discussion about Joshua Bengio and Jeffrey Hinton about what they think AI will become in many years from now. And one of the things they are saying is AI is going to get to a particular stage whereby, or a version of AI that it would need less of human interactions. You were talking about this particular situation whereby the guy built a robot and then programmed the robot to follow him for
Yeah,
the
he
distance.
lost control of the AI.
And then he lost control of the AI. He started rather than the AI to follow him, the AI gonna wait for him at the location. Go. So if it was,
Trying to
imagine it
ambush
was to ambush him.
It's
You
like
get the
something
idea.
I saw today too. There was one particular job offer I saw, and the offer was you record about at least 4 hours.
Okay,
video.
yes, I saw the
showed
offer. I saw the offer
4
too.
hours video of you doing house chores, doing a lot of house chores.
Yes.
4 hours per day. There isn't to teach robot
Teach robots to do our
To
show.
do.
So which
house
means
chores.
at a
So at the-
particular point,
yeah.
The AI can be able to take over.
Yeah. Well, guys, I think we've discussed this to a certain extent about
To a fault?
to a fault. Yes, thank you. To reimagine retirement, and that retirement could now mean you working for a longer time than expected. Well, may the best man win. That's also
May the best man win.
May the best man or AI win.
May I win. I will win.
Yeah, because if you're going to be working for long, I saw this particular post by one of the people I admire the most, Stephen Bartlett. Is the CEO for
So
Diary of a CEO.
Stephen Bartlett is a guy, and you admire a guy a lot.
So
There's
that's
another conversation because the world has spoiled now. You say you admire a guy. Right now,
Yeah, like-
you can't hug your friend. I hate it, but so you made this post and it was like, it's high time we go back to what our ancestors were, being complete humans, which means you are not there's no specifics for what you do. So you could be a plumber at the same time, be an engineer, and then still be the guy who does tech and still. So you be a complete human, because that's probably the way you can outpace this thing called the AI.
I know a little bit of everything.
I know a little bit of everything. Yes. So with this, we would want to wrap up. There's a third middle finger coming from behind the screen. I don't know why.
Yeah, all these undergraduates.
Yes.
Bloody undergraduates. I think most of them are mentally disturbed because they have exams coming up.
Oh wow.
We have a lot of undergraduates. I didn't say that.
No. If you think about,
He is the target.
for us, if you talk about the word examination, the first two letters describe everything about that to us.
X.
Examination is an X. Thing of the past.
Yeah. We
Well-
can't say for them though.
You go home, enjoy Christmas, come back and face your ambush by Funab.
Yeah. So with this, we've come to the end of this session. I believe it was a wonderful one, and we're able to really discuss the things that are important. See you next time, same podcast session, and please do subscribe. We've seen that a lot of you are watching but not subscribing, and we believe that this is the little way you can at least. What
What the fuck is bro doing?
This is the little way you
What?
can at least contribute to what we do. So see
Go
you.
on, please. I beg. Bye, guys.